All right, guys, we've got a really fun video planned for you today. It's gonna be something a little bit different, and we're hoping that we're the first people who have ever done a real estate video on a boat. So AJ and I are down here in Southwest Florida, and we were gonna do some business planning and masterminding together today. And there's no better place to do it with fewer distractions than anchored out in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's where we're at right now. We've got a couple other spots we're gonna hit today, and we thought, why not bring you guys along for the journey? You know, we're big believers in building your business around your life, and this is part of what that looks like for us. And so that's what we want for ourselves. That's what we want for our business partners. So we're gonna kind of show you guys what that looks like. We don't know, there's no structure here. We don't really know what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about business, life, and everything else, and showing you some pretty cool places down here in Southwest Florida as well. So if you're excited about that, stick along, and we're gonna have some fun today. My name is Mark Ammons.
I'm AJ Ackerman.
And we're Elevated Agents.
I love it. Who says you can't mix business with pleasure, right? This is absolutely phenomenal. Mark's part of this amazing thing called the Freedom Boat Club. And so this is really cool where he can just call and be like, hey, you guys got a boat today? And they typically do. And so we're enjoying the day because we're halfway through the year. We've had some really cool successes, and we thought now would be a good time to start doing some business planning, some brainstorming. And one of the best ways to do that is to enjoy life, to get out, relax, enjoy, don't take any calls, things like that. So that's what we're doing today. When we think about brainstorming, I always go back to kind of the 4 questions that we like to ask from an accountability standpoint. It's funny, we got started today and Mark's like, well, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, I don't know, what do you want to talk about? But I think it's really cool that when you start with successes. So one of the things that we're celebrating right now is obviously our growth with LPT Realty. We're celebrating our friendship, our families, and all the things that we've been learning along the way. And so we're going to talk about what's working well and what are some of the things that are working really well that we can improve. The second thing is we want to get right into the challenges. What's the biggest challenge right now in our life and business? What's holding us back? We've actually talked a lot recently about we could probably work a little bit harder than we are right now because again, Mark talked about this in the intro. We like to design our business around our life, not a life around our business. And that's really important to us as we continue to build. And that's one of the beautiful things about LPT Realty, about real estate, and also about living in Southwest Florida. And then the last 2 is, we're going to probably sum things up at the end of this as far as like, what are we willing to start doing? What are we willing to stop doing? And what is our focus going to be going into the second half of this year? Because there's some big things happening. We just had an amazing trip in Reno, but this is just awesome, man. I love the fact that Mark was like, hey man, we just need to get out of the boat, drink some beers, like just talk things out. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what we need.
Yeah, it's fun. Both AJ and I are very focused on our lifestyle. We view what we do for a living as a means to support the things that are very, very important to us, our family, our friends, our time off, enjoyment activities. And so what I have found as well is there's a lot of opportunities to do both, right? You don't just have to do one or the other. And so what I would encourage you all to do is use this as a little inspiration to find ways to do things that you enjoy, maybe while you're doing things that you don't enjoy. And so, particularly being in the real estate industry, we have a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom in terms of when we do things and where we do things. So I would encourage you, if there's tasks that maybe you don't like doing, maybe find something that you can do simultaneously that makes that a little bit more enjoyable. Maybe it's a different location, maybe it's around different people. Whatever the case is, find a way to enjoy what it is that you do. If you're working 8 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week, that's a third of your life. And so I would encourage you to spend as much of that time in a grateful, enjoyable state. And so we're here showing you that it can be done. This is what we're going to do today, and we're really excited for you guys to join along with us, see some of the scenery, and we'll kind of touch base throughout the day and kind of recap what it is that we're talking about, and hopefully some of it's valuable to you guys.
I love it, man. Let's go. Let's do this thing.
Let's go.
Woo! Well, here we are. Stage 2 for the day, Cabbage Key. We just got, my belly is full. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. What a beautiful day it's been. You know, we have the opportunity to talk a lot about our successes and about the wins and some of the things we want to amplify. And one of the things we wanted to share with you guys is that, you know, we really are inspired by adding massive value. And so we've been talking a lot about how do we add more value. And one of the things is, you know, Mark and I have been really focused on agent attraction, so to speak, as far as our YouTube channel goes. And I think now it's time to do a little real estate, friend.
I think so. Yeah, you know, it's funny, the way that I got started in video was when I moved to Florida, which was about 2 years ago. And so before, you know, I had a great business in Virginia, but when I moved down, I left my sphere of influence. And so for me, video seemed like a great way to be able to get my name out there, get to meet new people in the area through video. And it was actually funny. So when we were getting on the boat today, the guy that was helping us at the marina load all our stuff, he's like, "Are you the guy that does the videos?" And he's like, "I'm your biggest fan." So I've got a couple other YouTube channels that I have used in the past for real estate lead generation. There's one that I still currently do, and it's usually coming to places like this. And so this is really fun for me because I get to film a lot of my travel videos in places like this. I filmed some before right here in this water tower. So to give you guys a little insight as to where we're at a place called Cabbage Key. This is a boat access only island down here in Southwest Florida. It's technically in Lee County, Florida. And if you know the Jimmy Buffett song, Cheeseburger in Paradise, this is the place that was written after. So they've got a great cheeseburger here, and we're actually at one of the highest elevations in the entire county we live in right now. So this island was built on a Calusa shell mound. So the Calusa Indians that used to live here would basically pile all the shells and kind of raise higher elevations. So this water tower is actually one of the highest elevation points in the entire county that we live in. So if you want to have an idea of how flat Florida is, that's it, because we're like 50 feet off the ground right now. But that's where we're at. And so, you know, what we've kind of talked about, and a lot of the agent calls that we have when we're you know, bringing new agent partners over, a lot of them have found us through video. And we see a recurring theme with agents who want to get more into video for lead generation, for personal branding, and a lot of the things that video does very well at helping agents with in any business, really. And so, you know, as we kind of talked about some of the ways that we would want to kind of get back really heavily focused on real estate sales, there's a YouTube channel that I have that we haven't done anything with really since Hurricane Ian. So after Hurricane hit, I had kind of taken my foot off the gas on that, and we really started focusing our content on agent attraction, sharing news about LPT, sharing news just about, you know, real estate practices and all the videos that you guys have seen. And so many agents ask us when we do calls is like, can you help us with video? And we do that. And so we're always happy to help agents out with strategy, with filming techniques and things like that, topic ideas. But what we really want to start branching out into as well is more nuts and bolts of actually how to do it and taking you guys behind the scenes with us as we're filming stuff. So one of the things that we've talked about for kind of revamping some real estate sales with the one YouTube channel that I have is starting to do very high-end home tours. And so, you know, there's a lot of new construction where we're at, but just a lot of really nice homes in general. And the area that we live is heavily relocation based. And so from a buyer standpoint, a lot of these buyers are coming from out of the state, out of area, other side of the country, other countries. And as you guys know, it's very difficult sometimes to convey what a property looks like, you know, via just the super wide angle lenses that real estate photographers use. And so there's a lot of other agents that we've seen in different markets in the United States and Canada that have really performed this at a high level of showcasing a lot of the houses that are currently on the market, whether it's their listings or other agents' listings. And so after talking, I think that's the route that we're going to kind of take that one YouTube channel. I'll continue to do a lot of the travel stuff that I do, but what we want to do is take you guys behind the scenes with us to show you the content that we're creating to generate leads, how we're filming it, the equipment that we're using, how we're editing it. And right now I still do the editing myself. We're probably going to have to get away from that. And so we'll kind of talk through the process of hiring a video editor, a virtual assistant, things like that. So that's kind of what we took away from the last little powwow that we had, kind of talking about challenges and growth and sort of kind of how we can start incorporating both real estate sales and agent attraction, both at a very high level while still maintaining our lifestyle, maintaining the ability to come out and do things like this. So I'm very excited, man. I love creating video. AJ loves negotiating, and so we make a very, very good team when it comes to real estate sales. So we're excited to kind of bring a lot of that to you behind the scenes so you can sort of see what we're doing. And I'm confident there's going to be a lot of value and a lot of things that you can use in your own business if using video for real estate is something that you're into.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because in the 14 years I've been in the business, you know, I've been a part of over 1,000 home sales. Like, It's kind of weird saying that out loud, actually. But I've been that has been my main focus for about 18, 24 months because of a lot of reasons, because of a lot of challenges and things shifting and, passions and purposes. But here's the thing is, LPT Realty, one of the core values of LPT Realty, one of the core beliefs and focuses of the CEO, Robert Palmer, is real estate first. And we don't say that lightly. Like, I'm not just saying that just because I'm throwing it out. Like, it really is an important piece to understand of why LPT is growing so fast, is because agents are coming not only because they have a choice, but because we are focused on selling more homes, not just, attracting a lot of agents. And so it's really cool for us to kind of start rethinking this and saying, you know what, we've done a good job with this. The market is actually slowing. There's a lot less competition. I love that we're in this transition stage of real estate market. For those of you who don't know, real estate typically runs in these around 10-year cycles, right? And we are literally moving out of a housing boom. So I've been through a full cycle now, and I will tell you, my least favorite cycle was the housing boom. It's crazy to hear, but that's just the honest truth. And so it's really cool to see this opening opportunity for us to come in, add lots of value to agents, but add even more value to buyers and to sellers. And so for us to start spreading our joy and our love for Southwest Florida, for us to be focusing on real estate first and sharing this journey, I think this is actually going to help us help more agents in the long run. Like, literally, we just, Mark brought his little case. We have 2 cameras set up right now, a couple mics. Like, this isn't some fancy setup. We don't have a camera crew or anything. Like, literally,
this camera is clamped to a handrail, and if someone comes up, we're probably gonna have to take it down.
It's just 2 guys hanging out in a tower. Well, don't take that the wrong way, but like, it's just 2 guys hanging out. We've been enjoying the day, having some lunch, so it's super cool. I'm super excited about this next step.
And if you're someone out there who has watched some of our content and is into video, or video is something that you want to add as a part of your business, leave some comments down below about what would be most helpful. I've done some trainings in the past on kind of getting people comfortable with filming and editing and uploading their very first YouTube video, but I'm sure there's a lot of questions that maybe I didn't answer, fears that you have about getting into video, whether that's, how you look on camera, how you sound on camera, how you even use a camera. So there's a lot of different things from, equipment and strategies and tactics and topic ideas and stuff. So if there's stuff that you guys want to see, leave it down below. So I've been really creating content kind of full time now for about 2 years. I'm not the expert, but I'm sure there's a lot of value that I can add from my experience and that AJ can as well. So we want to help answer the questions that you have. So leave us comments down below with what you'd like to see, and we'll try to incorporate that into this new level of elevated agents here.
Yeah, and one of the things to understand is, for those of you who are just getting started, or for those of you who've been doing this for a little while and you're not seeing the results that you want, remember that, you will set yourself apart from the major percentage of people by just doing this every day. I think I saw something recently, like, if you just invest 18 minutes every day into something new and mastering that skill, by the end of the year, you put yourself automatically in the top 5%. So listen, one of the things that Mark and I do, we just hit record. We just do it, we just take the action, do it, post it, because one of the things that Mark likes to say is, listen, if the video sucks and it's not good, guess what? Nobody's gonna watch it anyways. And so we just, boom, shoot it, post it, send it, move on to the next thing with no expectation. One of the things that I'd love to start is, I think this is a great time for Mark to basically edit this video and show you a lot of cool stuff that we've done, but I think we should spend just a little bit of time talking about challenges, because as we're talking about brainstorming and accountability, investing in the day, we talked a lot about wins, a lot about what's working well, but I think it's important that we talk about challenges and how to face your challenges, focus on your challenges, be aware of those challenges, accept them, and then figure out how to break through them. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go ahead and jump in?
Yeah. That was Mark's symbol for cutting it, going to video, and then coming back. Awesome. So one of the questions that we like to ask when we get together and we talk about accountability is, what is your biggest challenge right now in your life and business? I think sometimes people focus on just what's my challenge in business, but quite honestly, what holds a lot of people back is what the challenges in their life. And so it's important to be truthful, to have vulnerability. The fastest way to growth is to be vulnerable. This is something that I realized the last couple years. And so what is the biggest challenge right now in your life that's holding you back? This is something you can do weekly, you can do monthly, you can do quarterly, whatever works for you. But whatever came up for you just now, like something just popped in your head, that is the challenge that you need to face. That's the challenge you should focus on. That's the challenge that you say, you know what? I'm ready to do this. So to give you an example, over the last 2.5, 3 months, I've had a huge personal challenge. I'm not gonna go through it with you now, but it's been something that's really held me back, you know? And so learning to face it. Now, some challenges you can handle quickly and some are gonna take a little bit more time, but are you allowing that challenge to affect what you do? And 100% I have, you know? And so like when we're talking about from a business standpoint, what's our biggest challenge right now? Well, I think, and you can disagree with me if you want, but one of my biggest challenges as far as from a business standpoint is that, you know, creating enough content, creating more content. Like, are we actually putting enough energy in that continues to match our lifestyle? And I think Mark and I both agree that one of the things that we want to focus on as far as challenges is it's time to step it up. It's time to elevate. Like, we've been really enjoying a lot of freedom, but guess what? If we want long-term freedom, it is going to take some time and energy to add massive value to people.
What AJ said is very right in that a lot of times the challenges that we're facing in our business are really stemming from a challenge that we're facing in our personal lives. And so, you know, I can tell you, I mean, there's people out there that their main holdup for being on video is they don't like the way they look physically, right? Maybe they're not, you know, they used to be in shape, they used to work out, life happens. Maybe they let themselves get out of shape, and so they try to film the first video, they look at themselves and they're judging themselves because of how they feel other people are going to perceive them. That could be one thing. And so that's an area where, you know, you're being held back in your business because of challenges that you're facing in your personal life, right? Getting the discipline and the mindset to maybe go get in better shape, to start exercising again so that you have that confidence and you feel better about yourself, right? It could be a relationship that you're in that's draining a lot of your energy, and now you're spending so much of your energy kind of maintaining this relationship that you don't have the energy to pour into your business. And so again, the business struggle is really a personal struggle that's carrying over into the business world. And the philosophy that AJ and I have, where we build our businesses around our lives and not our lives around our businesses, that works really well when you have your life in check. And so it's very difficult to build, you know, if there's areas in your life that are broken, it's very difficult to build a strong business on a broken foundation. And so if you're building your business on the foundation of your life, you need to make sure that that's in check too. And that's why things like this, like taking an opportunity to, you know, we very well could have done this in an office, in our studio, and probably talked about the same kind of stuff. But we took something that we were going to do anyway and incorporated it into something that allows us to kind of be in a different environment, be a little bit more creative, come up with maybe some different solutions than we would have if we were in the same environment. Mm-hmm. And so that may be something that you need to do as well, is change your environment, right? If you're not happy where you're at, but you keep doing the same things, right? We keep doing the same things over and over and expecting a different result. They say that's the definition of insanity. And so, you know, so if you're not happy with how things are going, figure out what those challenges are. And what AJ said is exactly correct. When someone asks you that question, something pops into your head. And maybe it was only there for a couple seconds, and then you intentionally distracted yourself away from it. But that's the thing, right? That thing that came up, first thing in your head, is the thing that you need to address. And my suggestion is try to solve those issues as quickly as you can, because you can't keep moving forward. Again, if you're trying to build something on a broken foundation, you have to fix the cracks in the foundation first. So identify what those are, and maybe what that means is it may mean you need to take a little bit of time away from your business. It may mean that you need to take a step back from what you're doing in your business for a little while to fix the things that are outside of your business that are holding your business back. Because if you take that time away to work on you, to work on those issues, when you come back to the business, you now have that foundation that has the crack fixed, and now you can really start building that business on top of it. And I think you're going to see a lot better results there.
Yeah, don't stress about everything. Because guess what? Where you are today didn't happen overnight. It's happened over a long period of time. It's happened over many decisions and many experiences that you have. And I just love this saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so what is the underlying issue right now? What's the one thing that you need to adjust, that you need to focus on, that you need to break through in order to help you figure out what the next thing is? Because there's always something for you to improve. There's always something for you to break through. The issue is that one thing right now is blinding you from all of the bigger stuff. And so when you create this habit of developing and breaking through that one thing, you start breaking through lots of things. And that's what I like to call habit stacking. And so just write this down. If you write this down, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So what do you think is the underlying issue that will make the biggest difference for the long term? And I don't care what it is. Listen, I've got major struggles going on. We don't have enough time to talk about it, but I know for a fact that one major struggle, as I continue to learn and adjust and grow through it, guess what? it's going to affect all areas of life. And so we took a little time off. I took some time off. I took 2 weeks off from posting anything on social media because I needed time to adjust. I needed time to think. I needed time to work through it. I didn't sit in a corner crying the whole 2 weeks, right? I worked through it. I thought about it. I had to get to the point where I was willing to make different decisions and different thoughts. So I would challenge you to really think about what's the underlying issue. When I ask you the question, what's the biggest challenge right now in your life that's holding you back from living the life that you truly want? And then figure out what is the first step to start moving towards improving that, growing through it, and elevating it.
Guys, we're super excited for the next chapter that we've got in here at Elevated Agents. You know, we're excited to see this channel and our content continue to evolve as you as an audience continue to evolve. We'd love to get engagement from you guys. So again, leave us comments down below, reach out to us, let us know what it is you want to see. We're very open, right? We're still in the growth stage of this channel and this business that we're building here. And we want to create the content that you want to see, right? And so if we can't read minds and if we don't know, we can't create it. So let us know, because we're very excited about just continuing to pour into everything that we've been building, having you guys along for the ride and continuing to learn from each other, mastermind with each other, and just continue to grow and all reach our dreams.
Love it, man. Let's do this.
We don't know where we're going next, but we're going to hop back on the boat, go somewhere. There might be some rain coming in. We're going to try to avoid that. We'll do hopefully a part 3 here one way or another. So stay tuned. We're going to jump back on the boat and we'll get after it right after this.
See you soon.
All right, guys, we are coming to the end of a very, very fun day of business planning, masterminding, and just bonding and getting to enjoy the amazing outdoors this time of year in Southwest Florida. Where we're at right now is on the south tip of an island called, some people call it Cayo Costa, some people call it Cayo Costa, but it's a beach access only island. Part of it is most of it's a state park. Many, many years ago, before it became a state park, there were some individual plots of land. And so there actually are some houses here. They're completely off the grid. They're all solar and generators and everything. And you can see a couple of them behind us. So very, very cool. There's actually still some vacant lots here. So if you're in the market for your own island, you can come and live here. But yeah, guys, we've had a really amazing day out here. It's just been a great experience kind of getting to be in a different environment, really kind of get our creative juices flowing as we face the challenges and opportunities that we have ahead of us. And we just kind of want to wrap up with some action items of what you can do after watching this video to kind of, take some steps forward and start elevating what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to do something. Success does not come without taking action. It's beautiful to think about the law of attraction and manifesting your dreams, and all of those things work if you're willing to take this step, if you're willing to listen to your intuition. And so as we end our trip today, we're going to end by thinking about, okay, what are the things we're willing to start doing and what are the things we're willing to stop doing? I really love the concept of replacing, right? You can replace bad habits with good habits. It's one of the best ways to replace bad habits. And so as you guys are thinking about how you want to build your life or how you want to build your business, we've talked, honestly, if you've really paid attention, we've talked about mental growth and emotional growth and physical growth and, even spiritual growth, right? Like, how do you want to build? We talked about what are your successes and integrating them. But when you think about your challenges, it's important to think about what they are, but then what are you going to do about it? What action steps can you start today to help you move towards that? Because we all know it's not easy. You guys, listen, taking new actions, building a big life, living full is going to take hard work. It's going to take consistency, but I believe in you. I believe that you can do it. So it's really important that you write down, what are the top 2 to 5 things that you can start doing or you can remove over the next 30 to 90 days to help you become the person you need to be. You know, one thing we didn't talk about yet is the path to success, clarity, growth, and success. Where do you want to be? Listen, we're right where we want to be right now. You know, we made plans to come out, enjoy the day. I actually had some friends on social media who were like, I wish I was there. And I'm like, I wish you were here too, bro. Boom, boom, shing. But you know, where do you want to be? Because until you really have a clear vision of where you want to be, it's going to be really difficult to get there, or you're going to get there by accident. And whenever you get there by accident, usually it's not long-term, right? I want long-term success. I want long-term lifestyle. I really want to, you know, when my last days are here, I want to look back and be like, you know what? I did it the best that I could. The second part is growth. Like, who do you need to become? Right? Who do you need to become to be living this lifestyle? Listen, Mark had to become a certain person in order to be able to have this lifestyle, to be able to enjoy this boating life. And the same thing with any area of your life. And the last step is what actions, habits, and behaviors. And that's what we wanted to really end this with, was really to kind of open up your mind, because guess what? You have the answers. You know exactly what you're supposed to work on. You know the answers, or at least you know where to get the answers. Because listen, start with what you already know. And then as you grow and you want to improve, then you can start looking for mentors or coaches. I don't know what you think about all that.
You know, what I would say, and the reason when it comes to clarity, growth, and success, so many people skip over the first one, the clarity, right? And they kind of think they know what it is they want, but they've never taken the deep dive. And I will tell you that even a few years ago, I did not have the clarity that would have allowed me to do this, right? Because I would have come up with a lot of different reasons about why I couldn't take the day off of work. I couldn't make the time. There would have been a ton of stories, of narratives that I would have told myself with these self-limiting beliefs that would have kept me from even wanting to try to live this type of lifestyle. And it really took a lot of deep personal work to truly dig in and figure out, like, what is it that I want? Like, what is the most important thing to me? What are the priorities in my life right now? And I think it's very important to understand that in life there are seasons, and just whatever season you're in right now, it's not going to last. If things are really, really good right now, bad times are coming. If things are really, really crappy right now, good times are coming, right? We go through these seasons. I'm in a season of my life where I have 3 young kids between the ages of 3 and 5. They're a huge part of my life because I realize that I have a very few precious years with them before they're, 10, 12 years old. They don't want anything to do with me. And so a big part of my life right now is finding as much freedom as I can, freedom of location, freedom of time, freedom to come out and do things like this with good friends, with partners, with family. And so it took a lot of self-work to get the clarity of figuring out how to do it all, or at least how to balance. And so when you say, I don't have time for that, what you're really saying is that's not a big enough priority for me to take away time from other things. So that's what you're saying. So anytime you tell yourself, gosh, that looks really fun what those guys are doing, but I don't have time to do that. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. We get to determine how we spend those. And so really do the deep work to get the clarity on what it is that you want. And that's in all aspects of your life. An exercise that I think is a very good one to start with is drawing out line by line what your ideal day looks like, right? What does your dream day look like? If you could spend your time, I'm not talking about like a vacation day, but like a typical day, if it was perfect, what does a perfect day look like? And map that out from the second you wake up to the second you go to bed. What would you be doing? What would you be experiencing? What kind of emotions would you be feeling? Who would you be around? How would you be spending your time? How would you allocate time from family to work to all of these different things if it was perfect? And that gives you your roadmap. So from there, you have to back into it and then start trying to do what you can to get closer to that. So focus on the clarity, because if you just jump to growth and success, there's a decent chance you're going to be chasing the wrong thing, and you're going to get to the finish line and realize you were running the wrong race. So run the right race for you. It's going to be different for everybody, right? AJ's race is different from mine, is different from yours, is different from whoever's. So figure out the race that you're supposed to be running and put your effort into that, and you won't go wrong.
Yeah, what do you truly want? What do you truly want in your life? What do you truly want to experience, right? Maybe it's not a boat. Maybe it's not Southwest Florida. Maybe it's a ranch, right? Maybe it's raising horses. Maybe it's race car driving. Maybe it's living in the mountains and skiing. Like, I don't know what it is for you, but it's time to rewrite your story because you have the power. You have the choice. You can choose. Listen, you know, we're definitely not perfect, right? But we made a choice. We made a choice to live this way and do our best. And as we continue to grow and learn and live, we make new choices, right? To experience new things. And so, Mark, that was absolutely awesome. I think it's great. It was great being a part of this journey today. And this was a pretty perfect day.
Yeah,
you know, I love that he talked about the perfect day. And when you envision this perfect day, you guys, use your five senses. I know sometimes it sounds a little weird, but like literally, what does it look like, right? What does it sound like? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What does it touch like? Like really use those five senses, build that vision, and then you know what? Be like, I'm all in. That's what I want. Because guess what? Anything is possible. No matter where you are today or where you're at, there's a story out there. There's someone out there who's had it worse than you. There's someone out there who's had it better than you. But there are plenty of stories to prove that anything is possible. And so today, stop telling the story of failure. Stop telling yourself that you don't have enough time, because that's one of the biggest excuses, by the way. And start asking yourself, what's possible? Because man, anything's possible.
Hey, next time you guys have an opportunity to do something that you have to do anyway, find a cool way to do it. Take a video, take a picture, tag us in it. We would love to see you. We would love to share this movement of enjoying life and enjoying business and enjoying what it is we do. So we appreciate you guys joining us for this journey. We hope it was really, really fun. If you guys like it, let us know. We'll do it again. We'll check out some other cool places. And you know, AJ and I have discussed that this is going to be a regular part of our business planning, because why the hell not, right? We can do it. And you know, we said we could be doing this in the same old environment, but let's get somewhere new. Let's get our juices flowing, and that's what's happened. So it's been a really amazing experience. Super appreciate you guys watching. If there's something we can do to help you, let us know. If you're interested in LPT Realty and you want to schedule a call with us to learn more, click the link down in the description below. Whatever we can do for you, let us know. We're happy to help. We appreciate you joining us. And I think it's going to wrap it up for us.
Yeah, if you want to live in Southwest Florida, or if you want to have a house on an island, let us know too, because it's right here next to us. So love you guys. It's been awesome investing this time with you.
See you next time.
Bye.